When people talk about Michael Jordan, most think of the greatest player in basketball history. The man who redefined the game with his spectacular dunks, killer instinct, and relentless will to win at any cost. Jordan was the undisputed king of the slam dunk contest, lifting the trophy in 1987 and 1988 with performances forever etched into NBA history. But what many forget, or prefer not to remember, is that Jordan once tried to conquer a very different stage, the 1990 three-point contest at All-Star Weekend. At the time, Michael was convinced he could also compete at the highest level from beyond the arc, and to be fair, the numbers gave him some confidence. During that season, he had already attempted over 135 threes, shooting a respectable 37.6%, solid for an era when long-distance shooting was far less common than it is today. His mindset was clear in one statement: if you give me the dunk, I'll take it. If you give me the three, I'll take it. Jordan believed he could shine anywhere. The challenge, however, was enormous. That year's contest featured some of the best shooters the NBA had ever seen. Larry Bird, already a three-time champion, Reggie Miller, beginning to build his legend as a sharpshooter, Dale Ellis, Mark Price, and of course Craig Hodges, Jordan's own teammate on the Bulls. The expectations were sky-high. Could Michael Jordan really add a three-point crown to his resume and prove he could master every aspect of the game? The answer came quickly and brutally. Jordan stepped onto the court with his trademark determination, but the rim simply wasn't on his side. Shot after shot clanged out, frustration mounted, and by the end of the first round he had hit only 5 of 30 attempts, just 16.7% accuracy. Not only was it nowhere near enough to advance, but it also tied him with one of the worst performances in contest history. For someone like Jordan, used to thriving under pressure, it was a shocking disappointment. True to his competitive nature though, he didn't make excuses. He admitted his frustration, saying, "I'm a little disappointed, but I wouldn't say I'm embarrassed. I just wish I had put on a better show. Maybe next time," but that next time never came. Jordan never again competed in the three-point contest, leaving that chapter as a forgotten curiosity in his legendary career. Ironically, Jordan wasn't the only star to struggle that night. Even Larry Bird, who had dominated the event for years, was eliminated in the first round with just 12 points. The spotlight instead went to Craig Hodges, the Bulls' three-point specialist, who edged out Reggie Miller in a dramatic final 19-18. Hodges would go on to win the contest 3 straight times, cementing his own legacy as one of the greatest pure shooters of his era. Jordan's failed attempt quickly faded from memory, but it revealed an interesting side of him. Yes, he was the greatest, a fierce competitor who seemed capable of anything, but that night in 1990 reminded us that even the best have limits. The image of Jordan missing shot after shot is a stark contrast to the high-flying, almost superhuman figure from the dunk contests. That vulnerability, that humanity, was part of what made people connect with him. Michael Jordan never won a three-point contest, and he probably was never close to doing so, but he tried. And he did it with the same confidence that made him the best in almost everything else he set his mind to. His failure in 1990 doesn't diminish his legacy. If anything, it adds a curious and even endearing footnote to the story of his airness. Because while Jordan conquered the NBA with 6 championships and 5 MVPs, that night proved that not everything came easy. And even basketball gods have nights when the rim just won't forgive. So what do you think? Could Jordan, with more practice, have won a three-point contest? Or was it simply never his strength? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to NBA World for more hidden stories and fascinating details about basketball's greatest legends.